Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Matt Johnson. We are back with another episode of Real Estate Uncensored. This is the place where you get actionable ideas, insight, and inspiration to turn your real estate career into a life of freedom. We have an amazing special guest here today, so special, in fact, that I'm not going to unveil him yet. We've got a lot of stuff we can talk about. We're going to talk about objection handlers and scripts and FSBOs, and we'll take a couple questions from the Lead Gen Scripts and Objections Facebook group because, well, you'll know why. You'll understand why in a second, but until then,
in all his baldness. He's
right,
joining
in all this bald glory. So for those of us who are joining us live, just want to thank you. While we wait for more people to join live, just want to thank anybody that's watching the replay here on YouTube. Go ahead and hit subscribe. That way you get all of our future videos. And if you prefer the audio version so you can learn and burn at the gym, or you can listen to us on the way in to the office or your appointments, go on over to iTunes or Stitcher and subscribe there. And then just a quick thank you to guys like Viral Marketing for helping to make the show happen. Go to gregsmarketingexamples.com and check them out, and Homing In and all that good stuff. But first of all, let's bring in the junior grandmaster himself, Greg McDaniel. What is up? How was your weekend?
Matt, it's Friday. My weekend is going to be coming down the pipe.
What day is it?
It's a Friday. It is a Friday, right? Yeah, it's a Friday. I had to check with the steel trap behind me. She's like, I don't know, I'm here.
Are you sure? It feels like a Monday.
Now you're freaking me the fuck out.
I've had nothing but back-to-back calls for the last 3 hours.
Oh, that sucks. I've been at my house with my designer, artist, and contractor talking about how they're going to make my house a pimp pad. I cannot wait. We are putting 2 full wood walls in with backlit LED lights, completely repainting it, new couch, new coffee table, completely redoing the kitchen with new backsplashes. And
Greg, I hate to tell you this, but wood paneling went out in like the 1989.
Not the 70 paneling, you jerk off. It's reused wood.
I'm sure it's reused wood. I have no doubt about that.
Okay, now we're just getting disgusting.
All right.
Okay, so also on the way in, dude, it was like a zombie apocalypse of old people. It was horrible. I almost got sideswiped twice. This old bird, man, she was like, "I'm coming in." I'm like, "Oh fuck!" So I had to punch it out of the on-ramp. This chick, I'm looking at her. I could reach out and tap her hood. She was so close to my car. Got out of that dire situation. Got onto the freeway at Mach 3, not intending that. Then this other old person, not looking, decides no turn signal, just right in front of me, so I have to hang a hard left, get into the other lane. I'm like, shit, dude, are you kidding me? And then I'm going down the road. I'm like, okay, maybe everything's clear. No, I got still one crazy left. I get out, I'm going down, I come out from behind this big old truck to get here on time to hang out with all you fun folks. Then this other old person decides to hit their brakes right in the middle of the freeway with nothing in front of them, and I had to go zip, 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 zip around them. I'm like, motherfucker, dude, I just got to go somewhere in a padded room and be left alone because it is batshit crazy out there. I mean, I think all the old people got together and they had a conference somewhere, and they're like, okay, let's mess with all the young people today and just sideswipe them, see if we can mess with them.
That's right. They think they're so cool with their book of faces. Let's remind them who's really in charge.
So true.
Us with the crown
So
Vic.
true. It's like, we're old, we're going to die. Who cares if we get a couple things on our insurance? But let's get the sideswipe all the way down that guy's car.
That's right. All right.
All right, now that's a happy Friday.
All right, you got that off your chest now, Greg?
Yes, I'm so pissed.
All right, good. Our guest is zoning out and checking his text, so let's before we lose him completely and he falls backwards asleep, let's bring in Aaron Wittenstein. Aaron, what's up today, man?
Hey, no, I'm just thinking about his pimp pad. Did he really say he's getting a pimp pad?
He did say that. He did.
Yes, yes.
You should invite those old ladies to your pimp pad.
Actually, they all live in my complex, dude. I live in like a retirement community. It's all old Asians and old Persians, man. Seriously, I almost killed one the first time I lived there for my first day.
You're getting a pimp pad in a senior citizens community?
Oh, you've never seen how I can talk to an older woman, man. I'm good.
Good for you. Good for you, buddy.
I don't discriminate. Are you kidding me?
Oh my gosh.
You know the funny thing is that my stager, he's awesome. He's super gay, but he's hilarious. He's like, what we're going to need to do here is we're going to put a round bed in so it rotates, so they jump on, they get one turn, and then we'll just push them out the window. And the cute ones get a slide. I am laughing my ass off. And he's like, honey, clean yourself up. I'm talking to the girls as they fly out the window. And I'm sitting there going, I can't believe you actually just said that.
Oh, man. That's hilarious. Well, given the location of your space, you might actually be able to do a slide out your bedroom because it would just be cool.
I know. Put a little trampoline down there, just right into the pool.
All right. Well, now that we've lost all of our female viewers, how about we take a question and deliver some value before we lose everybody?
See, I'm a good one. I have children. I'm married, and I have 3 small children and a wife that I love. So, female viewers, you can come back now.
Okay.
Oh,
that's right. All right. All right, so this question caught my eye because of Aaron. You've started offering like consulting calls. You're getting into this, like you're dealing with agents one-on-one, and
Yes.
you have stepped into the weeds of trying to help real estate agents succeed one-on-one.
Yes.
Okay.
I like it. It's fun.
Okay, I'm glad you think so.
Okay.
Okay. So Deanna Barley said, "Hey, I'm a fairly new agent, and I feel like I've been thrown 1,000 puzzle pieces and told to put it all together. So would you recommend hiring a mentor or just asking people in your office if you can shadow them? Do your offices offer free mentorship programs that kind of step you through your first transactions? Because I feel like every agent should be assigned a mentor, but maybe I'm expecting too much. I just need some guidance." So, Aaron, how would you go about helping someone like that?
Oh, I wouldn't help them. I don't help people. I'm kidding.
If you were a better human being, how would you go about helping them?
I mean, the thing is, new agents, unfortunately, they just get kind of thrown into this thing. This business, as we know, is not very easy. And the thing is, if you're not in the right environment to help you succeed, you are going to fail. So somebody like that, my suggestion is number one, you find a consultant, a coach. A mentor is great because that's not going to cost you any money. Because my concern is going to be is that if you go with some of these big guys, you get a good coach, you're paying $1,000 to $5,000 a month.
Yeah.
And for some new agents, it's just not quite affordable. But I have a coach. My coach is phenomenal. I'm not a coach. What I do is more of a consultative approach because I don't like being a therapist. So, my coach is partially my therapist. But I also think that it's super important to find an agent in your office that you can maybe shadow. It's just really it's really going to cover, come down to what you can afford. Wouldn't you guys agree?
Yeah, no, and the affordability is the biggest thing because every agent is three things, and we're all guilty of this. We're lazy, cheap, and paranoid. Okay, and so we all want the good coach, but we all can't afford it. Because we're cheap. Because we don't know when our next check is going to be coming. Some of us spend it, some of us save it. All our money, but we're also very paranoid to the fact of, and I've talked to since doing the McDaniel Challenge for almost 8-9 months at this point.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy, right?
I could have had a child by this point.
Congratulations.
It's a boy.
Take one of mine, please.
Aaron's like, I'll give you a couple of mine. Buy one, get one free? Eh?
Yeah. Pick magnets.
But you know what? We're paranoid of the fact that because a lot of agents say, well, I've been coaching with X, Y, and Z coaching organization, but my coach is in, let's say in New York, and I'm in California. Our markets are totally different. How can they advise me on that? I'm like, that's actually an interesting point. This is what I think. I'm a full, total, utter believer in the fact that real estate agents across every level should be working with people for 1, 3, or 6 month time frames, and then move on to the next person. Because you can glean as much as you can off someone in that time frame, depending where you are in your business. So a 6 month, you're going to need more work. 3 month, you're a middle agent, you don't need that much. 1 month with someone would be, top level, and you just need a pointers here and there, right? But I'd had to sign up like year-long contracts with other coaches and pay $1,200. I mean, I don't know. It bothers the shit out of me because no one is as smart as they think they are. And that goes for all of us.
And what I'll say, the one thing is that I have a coach. My coach is phenomenal. All right, there's absolutely nothing. Tell her hi. Is that your...
Aaron says hello, Eileen.
Hi, Eileen.
That's Eileen. That's Aaron.
Hi.
She says, oh God. But
Okay.
hello.
So she's still no. I'm kidding. My thing is with coaching, it's just coaching, consulting, mentorship. But my biggest concern that I see in the industry, which really concerns me, is that a lot of the big guys out there have never sold real estate.
Yeah.
And my thing is, even if you're a basketball coach, and like for example, I think of like Tom Thibodeau, who used to coach the Bulls. He at least played basketball at some point in his life. He may not have been the best player, but he can at least figure out what the game is like. And my concern is that I'm active. I know what's going on. So how is it possible that you can learn everything you need to know from people that aren't actively or have never actively been in the business and don't have a pulse on it right now? That's one of my biggest concerns with coaching.
Yeah,
right now.
I get a lot of the time. Well, Aaron, I'm sure you hear the same thing on your calls that you're doing. When people hit me up, they're like, "Thank you so much for sharing that. It's so nice to hear from someone that's actually doing the same thing that I'm doing." And here's a new tip, a new script, a new whatever that you and I. It's like we fish every single day. We're throwing new lures, new bait into the water, seeing what the homeowners or home buyers are going to be biting on, right? I mean, I don't know. It's fun for me to try it because it's always trying something new. And then when I learn something, or when you learn something, or find something that works, which by the way, I came up with a really awesome idea. I'm not going to tell you what it is. No.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That was a heck.
So valuable. Thanks for bringing that incredible chunk of value, Greg.
No, so check this out. This is what I was thinking about doing. I'm going to do a month of pain. I'm going to outline a month of the most horrifically painful things I can possibly come up with to do for prospecting, and do it every spare second of my day, and have it be Facebook Live out to both the group and out to my personal group, and see and have people keep me accountable. But I'm going to find every single expired, every single for sale by owner, every single make me move, every single person that's responded to our Corfac cards, every person that's on the another watch list that we have, and if anyone even so much as burps and it's around me, and if it smells, it wafts my way and smells even slightly like a lead, I'm going to pounce on it like a cheetah, and I'm going to see what it's going to do to my business.
I love it. Well, how can I hold you accountable to that?
By kicking me in the nuts like you usually do when we talk.
No, but seriously, so when are you going to start this? July?
Yeah, what's the mechanism?
Yeah.
I'm going to start. Well, let's see here.
Here's what I think would be good. Pick one thing that you want to do.
Me?
Yeah, pick one thing. You want to do expireds.
No, we only have like 14 of them since January. We have so little. Our market is so different on that. But the one thing I can really hammer in on is what is the name of the company? It sends us alerts on people that are going through divorces, notice of sale, notice of default, death in the family.
Rebo Gateway? Is that
yeah,
what that
Rebo.
was?
Yeah, Rebo. I always forget that. Yeah, so I get the emails every single morning, and like a pussy, I look at them like, oh, I feel so warm and fuzzy that they're there. Oh, isn't that nice? And I don't fucking do anything about it. So I'm going to start taking action on it. Every single time I get one of those emails, I'm going to put together something. I'm going to walk my happy ass out there, and I'm going to fit it into my day, and I'm going to introduce myself and say, hi, I'll do some sort of a script, hey, someone came to one of our sites and was inquiring on a value, was wondering if that was you, how can we help, blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to put myself out there as much as I can. And I bet you guys.
Are we talking about an actual door, like a pop-by?
Uh-huh.
For a pop-by?
Knock on somebody's door that just died?
It's going to... I'm sorry. Did I hear there was a death here? Oh, I'm so sorry for you.
That's like taking ambulance. I don't know if that's being really good at ambulance chasing or being really bad because you're like too late.
Can you record that? Record that. Excuse me, you just got divorced?
No. Okay. So actually, for the divorced ones, actually, I have a very, very good way of getting over there and meeting these people. I'll go create like
going to bars that are populated by older divorcees.
Yes, that is it.
I want to know.
So I go get an RPR report like this, right? I print it up. So 123 Main Street, I got notice that there's a divorce. I'll take an RPR report. I will bind it, make it look all pretty and shit. Put our little trifold in there, and I'll go up and I'll say knock, 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 knock. Oh, and let's say it's a gal that opens the front door. I'll say, hey, my name is Greg McDaniel. I'm a real estate agent here in the area with J. Rockcliffe Realtors. Someone, I believe here in the household, came onto one of our sites and was inquiring about the value, and I just wanted to pop by and drop a packet off and give you guys some information. Was that you by chance? And she's like, nah, that's my dick of a husband. We're getting a divorce. I actually had that said to me. No joke. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. That's not a fun time. I don't really know what to say, but hopefully this might be able to be helpful for you. Is there anything I can do in the meantime? Can I answer any questions about the process or timelines or anything? Knowing full well what was happening. But this is what I think about this. If I don't introduce myself and get in front of them, then they're going to work with some other douchebag that's not going to do a good enough job, that doesn't have the team I have, doesn't have the knowledge that I have, and that, you know what? Why shouldn't I be the guy to help them? A lot of our business is divorced already. Let's get ahead of the bus and get on it before anyone else is. So that's my game plan.
I like it.
All right. Okay. So Greg, can you realistically commit to one pop by a day?
Oh yeah.
Or would you pick out specific days of the week and do 2 or 3 of them?
I'm going to do it whenever they come up. As much time as it takes. I'm going to go full tilt on this. If it's on the weekends, if it's on whatever, man. I'm every single sliver of a few minutes that I have that isn't filled with something. If I'm driving to and from something, unless I'm coming to hang out with you like on a Wednesday to do our pursuing results, recording or something, right. Dude, I'll swing by. I will build routes into my day to get in front of these people. Because I'm tired of languishing. I'm tired of having all these things here.
As you know, Aaron's going to ask about it on our calls.
Oh yeah, I hope he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to find out. Can you record those, please, too?
I probably can. I have a device on my phone for recording.
Aaron, if you don't mind me putting you on the spot, you are the self-proclaimed script master. So, if you were to get a lead like that and you wanted to introduce yourself, make contact, whatever it is, what would you do? What would your script be?
On a divorce?
Yeah, Greg, what's the most common one that comes to the Rebo Gateway? Is it upcoming divorce or death?
So, well, how morbid of us. So, did you die, or are you going through a painful event in your life and you feel like you want to die? Which one is it?
Yes.
No, the most recent one is notice of sale, or notice of default. So, you know, so we know that the notice of sale, like the property is going to be sold. Okay. So I will
it's going through the foreclosure process, and now they're going to do the auction or sale.
Yeah, it's at that point. So what I will do is I will hit probably 2 houses on each side, 4 on the other side of the street, and the subject property in the middle, because not too many people go outside that radius if they're going to ask neighbor about something, right? So that's my game plan. So they don't feel like they're targeted. Because if I come right on you, and then they go, hey, John, did you have a guy come by and talk to you about selling your house? No. Becky, did you? No. Motherfucker's targeting me. He's watching me, but I'm not gonna. I don't want them to feel that way. So that's my plan of attack today.
Okay. All right. So so I get how you would hit the other neighbors. That's just a general door knock. Hey, I'm in the area. Wanted to let you know, something. Anyway.
Right.
But So Aaron, if you knew somebody was likely to sell for either death or divorce, how would you just show up on a phone call or they're on their doorstep and deliver a kind of a general script that gives you a reason to be there when you can't really share what that reason is?
I did probate leads for 3 months, and I hated doing it. How can I put it? I don't feel comfortable doing it. I know it's a good source of business, but I don't have any scripts. I tried it for a long time. What I've always found is I actually had a female ISA, because I'm in New York. So keep in mind, if I go to knock on somebody's door that just died, they're probably going to kick my ass. Okay, so I had a very sensitive, woman call because that seemed to work well. And I'm going to be straight with you. I don't even remember the script that she used. All I know is it's that stuff. It's not my style. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing it, because the reality of it is these people are in a bad spot and they could get stuck with anybody. But I mean, that's something I'd really, really have to think about, because I did it for about 3 months and I could never come up with anything I was comfortable with.
Yes.
So
your personality lends itself well to that. Your personality is it's like a hand in glove fit for expireds and FSBOs.
Yeah, not to handhold people. If somebody died, I feel bad. My eye pops out, and I feel really, really bad, and I kind of feel like an ambulance chaser, which I know is not the intent, but it's just not something I'm comfortable doing.
Yeah. So fortunately, Greg doesn't have that issue apparently.
No, I don't have that bone in my body. I'm like, oh, sensitivity? Yeah. No, but the thing is I was door knocking last summer around one of our properties, and I was talking to this crazy old dude who lived in the neighborhood forever and a day. And I'm watching this activity take place at the house across the street, and I'm like, there's just something weird going on over there. And he noticed me looking at it. He's like, oh yeah, the dude just passed away last night. His kids are getting getting them out of there and getting the house cleaned up. They're going to go on the market. And I halfway tempted, almost went over to talk to the kids, but I probably would now. Just say, hey, look, I was talking to Steve. I understand that you had a tragic event take place in your home. What can we do to assist you? Is there any advice, or is there anything that we can provide on a value for your home, maybe for the estate, for the attorneys to look over? If you guys need anything like that.
Yeah, if you've got a good, like you guys call it the good guys list, if you've got a good list of vendors, maybe reaching out that way, that wouldn't be bad.
Right. Or let's go super morbid.
Recommend a good casket construction company.
I was actually just gonna say that. I was like, go make friends with.
I have a coupon for Costco.
For coffins. You can get the white one for a little bit better price than the black one, or a brown one. Right?
Well, first of all, that's racist, Greg. Anyway,
that is not racist. As soon as it came out of my mouth, I'm like, God damn it, I'm saying something racist.
You know, I had to give you a hard time about that one.
Yeah.
All right. So that's right. Greg just imploded like the Wicked Witch of the West. He just melted on someone's front porch.
He is a nice guy. I swear, I've met him in person. He's a very nice human being.
Yes.
But I'm serious. I go out there with the attitude of assisting people. They're gonna have to do something.
Okay, so let's get back to the original question, which we took a good detour there, but I'm curious, guys. So put yourself in the shoes of that new agent, right? She doesn't have the money. She doesn't even know where to start as far as generating leads. Let's set that issue aside, but let's say there's nothing structured in her office as far as a mentorship program, which, welcome to reality, that's the way it is for most brokers, right? So how can she put together a value proposition to where she can go to a top agent in her office and say, look, I will do X, Y, and Z for you if you do X, Y, and Z for me? Like, what does that look like? And if somebody came to you, what would you want to hear from them that made it worth it for you to take somebody under your wing and put some time into them?
Well, for example, I have a guy who came the other day. He was really, really going after for sale by owner's hearts. Who was doing his lead generation. He's like, Aaron, I have this appointment and I don't know what to do. I'm like, all right, how about you bring me with, and we'll just split it 50-50. So I think the thing, if you're going to go to an agent that's a mentor, you need to bring them value, which means you need to bring them leads. Because, you know, one of the biggest comments people make is, I'm a new agent, what do I say? And in my opinion is being a new agent, if you walked into my house and I found out you were new and I'm selling an $800,000 property, there's no way in God's green earth I'm going to list with you, because I'm talking about a lot of money here. So my thing is you bring a seasoned agent along with you. So the value you need to bring to them is you need to bring them leads, and you need to have them help you work those leads and share it with them 50-50. The easiest way to learn is learn on the job. Get a lead, find someone to help you support that lead. Would you agree, Mr. McDaniel, Greg and McD?
I would, Mr. Wittenstein, since we're all formal, and Mr. Johnson.
That's just Johnson to you, by the way.
So a little bit of a different twist on that would be figure out either where your people that you're selling, the homes are selling, where they're moving to predominantly, or where the people are coming from predominantly, mainly where they're going to. Go find a top agent in that marketplace that's like just dominates in that marketplace, and say, hey, look, I live in an area where a lot of people are moving to, and I have the opportunity to potentially get in front of them if they don't have someone who to work with in the in the new marketplace. Let's say they're moving from Danville to on the foothills. Let's say Sacramento, Tahoe area, right? Go find a top agent up there who's crushing it, and say, look, I'm a new agent. I know that you dominate in your area. I would love to sit at your feet and learn from you. I promise I will stay. You check in. I'll check in with you every month or so, or every 2 weeks, and I'll have an update on what you told me to go do. Therefore, I will start. You can help me start developing leads for you that I can pass up to you when they move up to your neck of the woods. Now, as an agent that we enjoy some good success here. If a young agent came to me hungry and aggressive and said, I want to build business for you in the future, in return, I will do what you tell me to do to grow my business. I'll say, okay, let's give it a run. Now, if that agent goes and doesn't do what they say what I said to go do to build their business, kick rocks. I have no time for you. You're an asshole. I mean, all you ask, and you're a big hole, okay? And it does nothing for me or you. But if Matt comes back to me as the new agent and goes, okay, Greg, you told me to do this, 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 and this. I did this, 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 and this. Here are my results. What's next? I'd be like, okay, now you're a player. Now I know you really want to do this. Okay, now I'll spend more time with you because I want to see you grow your business, because it's going to affect my bottom line ultimately at the end of the day. Plus, Matt's going to be telling all of his people down there, hey, look, Greg McDaniel up in the Sacramento area he's a top agent. We should let's send some more referrals up to him. He's really helping me out a lot. Here are some tips he's given me to help grow my business. So the agents around Matt are benefiting from me spending time with Matt. I'm benefiting from them sending business to me. That's something I would do.
All right, not bad.
Did you say asshole? I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Stop being an asshole.
I like that.
All right. So what do you say we give a couple of shout outs and then we'll dive into FSBOs?
Oh, I'm on pins and needles. Let's go for it.
All right, cool. All right, so number one, I just want to thank Viral Marketing real quick for helping to make podcasts and hangouts like these happen. Go to Greg's marketing examples right now.
Right now.
This very second.
Right now. No, wait. After the podcast.
After the podcast. All right, so not quite right this second. But anyway, go there. Greg has a short video where he explains exactly what viral marketing does for him to help him get more referrals and repeat business out of his database with video and education, all this good stuff. So you can see the YouTube page, emails that are sent, and the blog, and the whole 9 yards. So anyway, go there, gregsmarketingexamples.com, and then homing in. So go to the App Store for whatever device you have. Go download it, because they're essentially maybe seller leads. These are homeowners that have asked for a home valuation from a real agent, and homeowners are downloading the app faster than agents are getting hold of it. So there's areas where there's people asking for home valuations for their home, and there's not enough agents to respond to them. So go download the app, pop in your information for your local area, see if there are seller leads waiting for you. So Greg's been tinkering around with it. I think you got a lead that came in like during one of our last episodes. So it worked. Go check that out. It's started by a couple of guys who've been on the show before. We just want to support them and help them out. It's a great app. And so the cruise has been postponed. So December, not happening. We're going to look at it in 2017 when we can structure it a little bit differently and maybe scale back from like a week to more like a 3 or 4 days. Like, we're tinkering with the idea, but we want to open it up to more people, make it a little bit more affordable so we get a bigger crowd rather than only being able to take like 10 or 15 people on this thing. So postponing the cruise, just a quick update on that. Greg, anything you want to add on the announcement side?
No.
Okay.
Maybe when I think about it in a minute, maybe.
Okay, so last announcement then. So the Pursuing Results podcast,
yes.
That is me and Greg's new podcast where we interview a successful person on one book that changed their life. It's going to be awesome. We already have 5 episodes in the can. We're recording one with Matt Aitchison today. It's going to be awesome. Like, this podcast is going to be ridiculously cool. The ones that we've recorded so far are amazing. The guests are ridiculous. Like, we've got Frank from Viral Marketing, Jay Samet, his episode is already in the can, a couple of top recruiting coaches, a guy that took a mortgage company from $150 million to almost $1 billion in sales. I mean,
in 1 year.
The guests are ridiculous. Yeah, in 1 year. The guests are ridiculous. So this is going to be a really cool podcast. Go to pursuingresults.com. At the top, you can pop in your email and get the first 2 episodes as soon as they're done before the podcast is even launched. So we're looking at like mid-July to officially launch it. You will get it early if you go there and pop in your email address.
Yeah, guys, no joke. I mean, I always mess around that I don't read and everything else. I just listen to stuff. But I mean, the book that Jay talked about is amazing. Another one that we talked about. These books, I'm getting them. I'm starting to read them. One paragraph at a time. Slow rolling for me. But they are phenomenal. I haven't even heard of some of these things. So, guys, you're going to love it. Okay, a couple of quick shout-outs really, really quickly. Marcus, he hit me up on text yesterday. He was talking with me, and super cool dude. He's out of, where is he out of? He's out of New Mexico. And super cool guy, talking about door knocking and how he's getting a lot of business. I'm going to put him on the McDaniel Challenge. Super pumped about that, guys. He has a wonderful way about attracting people at open houses. He puts together a 4-page little pamphlet about him, the area, hyper-local information about what the market's doing, and he gives it to the people. Bam! It's like a hot knife through butter when it comes to attracting buyers at open houses. Nate out of New York, got him on the McDaniel Challenge. Hit me up on text. Cannot wait to have that conversation. Misty, she and I had a quote, more or less an emergency call. She was having an issue with a deal. Talked with her last night, and it was an amazingly awesome conversation. Or 2 nights ago, excuse me. And it was just off and running. And then a young guy named Jesse Miller. He and I talked a couple of days ago. He has a unique. He called me about real estate, and I had to pimp slap him a little bit because he had just gone out and put down money on a brand new Maserati. He's 20 years old. And I said, stop being a dumbass, go get your 10 grand back, and no. And dude, but what he's going to do, he already has investors and people looking in. He has a luxury, super high-end car rental idea that is like nothing I've ever heard of, and it is blowing up for him. So wow. He was super cool to talk to.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's crazy cool. So a lot of amazing people. And then let's see here, guys. McDaniel Challenge, August 25th. I know, God Lord, August 25th is my next available time, guys. Please, I mean, I was on a call with a guy yesterday. He legitimately thought he would just shoot me a text. That was Nate, and he's like, well, since he kept saying it, there has to be some sort of bait and switch on this, then there has to be some sort of a fee. It is free. I don't know how to say it any clearer. Really. So call me, guys, 925-915-1978. Again, 925-915-1978. Book a time. August 25th is your next time. Let me remind you, it's free. So get a hold of me. Please don't go into September. Don't be the September people. Be the August people. If you're hearing this live.
That's right.
If you hear this
Only
later.
people book them in August. All right.
Yeah, yeah. We're just
All right.
awesome guys all
All right. So let's get into FSBOs. What do you say?
yeah, let's do it.
All right, Aaron.
Sure.
So what's your overall strategy for FSBOs, and what's the market like in the sense of how many are you getting per day or per week?
I don't work FSBOs. What are we talking about? No, really, I don't at all. Why are we talking about? No, I actually. What the heck?
What is going
Pandora
on?
just automatically turned on my phone. I have no idea what happened there. Okay, so I used to work FSBOs like 12 years ago and had really good results, and I stopped completely, and I started working them probably about over the last 6 weeks, and I've actually taken 2 for sale by owner listings that were relatively easy. So I don't know. Where do you want me to start?
At the beginning.
Yeah. At the beginning.
Well,
Let's go back 12 years, please, and tell us.
It was 9 months prior to my birthday.
All right. Yeah, exactly. That's a dark and stormy night, July 1969. All right. So look, first of all, why did you decide, with all the stuff you have going on with expireds, you have 11,000 old expired. So why did you decide to add FSBOs to the mix at all?
Because the thing is, I started looking at where are the lowest hanging fruit. You have the brand new expireds, the brand new ones that just expired that haven't been jaded by the 150 agents calling them yet. And then we have for sale by owners. Those are people that are raising their hand saying, I want to sell my house. And I'm like, shit, if they want to sell their house and they can't do it, why should someone else sell their house rather than me? And then I started playing around. I started calling some really, really old for sale by owners. Guess what? Guess what?
What?
They still want to sell.
They listed the house with the real estate agent, and it sold.
Oh, my goodness. That's crazy.
What a kick in the balls.
Shocker.
So, you know, what I'm saying is, and then I started looking, and I'm like 90% of the for sale by owners, from what I'm seeing, 9 out of 10, they list with a real estate agent. So why shouldn't it be me? And I think for me, I was always kind of scared. I had a kind of a limiting belief that for sale by owners were these mean, angry people that don't want to work with an agent. They're just mean, and I shouldn't call them. So what I did is I actually start calling for sale by owners. I don't call them when they're brand new on the market. I call them when they've been on the market for a month. And I found the results have been absolutely phenomenal since I've been doing that.
Yeah. So it's enough time for them to experience the pain of A, not selling, B, having to deal with buyers who are horrible, and doing it in a sense when you're trying to do it themselves, and then living in a fishbowl.
Oh yeah, what I mean, if you think about it, it's like when you call a for sale by owner that's on the market for a day, they're like, yes, we're going to sell our house, we're going to stick it to the real estate agents, we're not paying a commission, we're going to make all the money on our own because selling real estate is easy.
Oh yeah, it's super easy.
Yeah, you're going to call somebody when they're super jacked. You call them a week later, they're like, you know what, it's not as easy, but I can still do it because I had one person see my house. Yep. Only one, but that one person may buy it. And it
but
just
they're super interested. Lots of interest. Lots of interest.
Did they read the letter? No, but they said they like it and they want to bring their mom by. And it's like then 2, 3, 4 weeks. By 4 weeks, they're like, this sucks. And that's when they get frustrated, and that's when I pounce on them.
Like a cheetah.
Like,
Oh, okay. So what's the script? Take us through the basics.
Crouching agent.
We'll call it the pounce.
Crouching Wittenstein, hidden McDaniel. There we go.
Sure.
All right. So
good thing we don't like each other.
now, keep in mind, this is what I call the "Do you remember me" FSBO script. All right, Greggy McD, you want to role play with me? That's your new nickname, by the way.
Greggy McD.
Greggy McD.
All right. Well, all right. Let's do this.
I like it. Hi. I'm looking for the owner of 123 Smith Street.
You're talking to him.
I'm not sure if you remember me, but we spoke when you first put the house on the market for sale by owner. How are you?
I'm doing fine, man. What's up?
Yeah, this is Aaron. If you remember me, I'm a local realtor. Did you sell the property yet?
No, we have not actually.
Okay. The reason that I asked that is because at that point, they're not thinking of me as being an agent. They're trying to remember all the other people that they spoke with, and they're wondering why they didn't remember me. So now they kind of feel bad because they don't remember me, all right?
True.
So I'm just curious, how on earth did that house not sell?
Multiple different reasons, but I definitely blame my real estate agent. They said they talked a big game, but they didn't produce what they said they were going to produce.
You're for sale by owner.
Huh?
You're for sale by owner.
Oh, well. Maybe I was listed before. You never know. You didn't ask me that yet. So why did my house not
Rewind.
I don't know. I'm just not getting enough traffic.
Gotcha. So you think it's the traffic that's holding it back?
I guess so. I mean, I watched this on TV and they just sell right away. I thought I could do it too. I don't know, man. What's the point? What's going on?
No, because you seem like a very straightforward kind of guy. Am I right?
Yes, you're correct on this.
When you ask that question, no one is ever going to say, no, I'm not a straightforward kind of person.
No, I prefer to be more wishy-washy, I think. I'm not really sure. Let me get back to you on that
no
one.
one ever answers that. So I'll get right to the point. What's the main reason you decided to go for sale by owner as opposed to having an agent help you out?
Money. I mean, we're tight on our budget. So I mean, I told my wife that we need to take that trip to south of Spain. So we had to save that 20 grand, and it's our 50th wedding anniversary.
Sure. So it's all about the money then, right?
Yeah, it's about the money.
Sure. It's always about the side note. It's always about the money. And if they say it's not about the money, you don't have a chance in hell of getting this thing. Okay? You got to make it about the money. You got to figure out a way to make it about the money. Well, Greg, that's actually great. What my team does is we specialize in selling homes just like yours. Last year, about 26%. That's 11 families. We help get them within 2.3% of their goal net price. How can I help you?
Get me my net price?
Yeah. So my question is you said it's all about the money, right?
Yes.
So if I can get you roughly within 2.2% of your net price, wouldn't there be an opportunity for us to sit down and talk?
Yeah, I gotta check with the boss, but yeah.
Of course. So how does your schedule usually work? What works well? Morning, afternoon, or late morning, early afternoon, or Saturday?
Oh, probably early afternoon. Probably early afternoon.
So that's my FSBO script. You like it?
Yeah. Yeah, you wrangled me down.
Well, let's role play that again, and Greg, if you want to, I feel like there's going to be more with I don't know, dodging of the question or getting back to the I don't want to work with an agent. So why don't we role play that out a little bit, where Greg puts up a little bit more resistance rather than answering your questions about.
I was trying not to be. I wasn't trying to be an ultra dick. I was trying to be someone.
No, but let's.
But you are. You pretend like I'm a probate person. Be a dick.
You asked for it, pal. All right.
All right. Hi. I'm looking for the owner of 123 Smith Street.
Why? Who's calling?
Hi. I'm not sure if you remember me, but we spoke when you first put the house up for sale by owner. How are you?
Dude, what's going on? I'm fine. What's the deal?
I'll get to the point. My name's Aaron. I'm a local realtor. Did you sell the property yet?
No, we did not.
How in the hell did that house not sell?
I don't know. It probably a myriad of different things. Why? You want to come list my house? Is that what this is about?
Oh, I mean, if you want me to come list it, I'll list it, but I haven't even seen it or have a conversation with you yet. But I mean, if you had to pinpoint something, why do you think that house didn't sell?
I don't know. My house is beautiful. It's in the best neighborhood in the area. We upgraded it, to an nth degree. I don't know why it didn't sell. But I mean, again, are you calling because you want the listing? Is that? Break it down for me. Is that what you want?
All right. I'll get to the point. You seem like a pretty straightforward kind of guy, right?
And then?
Yep. All right. So, what's the main reason you want to buy owners as opposed to having someone help you out? Be honest.
One, because I don't like real estate agents in the slightest. I think you guys are slimeball bloodsuckers. And you know what? I did a deal. I had my real estate license back in '72. Did a couple of deals. Can't be that hard. I mean, couldn't change that much.
Sure. So, is the main reason because you don't like real estate agents? Is that the main reason? So you want to kind of stick it to the man, or I mean, what's the real main reason?
I want to stick it to the man, and I want the money. I mean, who doesn't want to keep the money? I mean, you guys don't do shit for your money, right? I mean, what are you? You're gonna sit there and take a $20,000 check? What are you gonna do? Put up a fucking sign in the yard, and then you're gonna go get in your Mercedes and get in your $3,000 suit and look down at me because I'm a homeowner and I got financial problems? What's your fucking problem, huh?
Wow.
I told you.
You seem very angry. You seem very angry.
Do you need a hug, big fella?
No. All right. So, from what you said, is it really? I mean, you mentioned it's about you think you can do it yourself, but you said it's about the money. Is it all about the money at the end of the day?
Yeah, pal. Look, I got 5 more minutes. Yeah, it's about the money. What's your point?
All right. Here's the deal. My team actually specializes in helping people just like you. Last year, 30% of our business, which is 11 families, we helped get them 2.3% of their net. If I could get you in 2.3% of your goal net, would that work for you?
If you don't hit 2.3%, I don't pay you commission. Is that a deal?
Sure, fair enough. Let me come down. We'll have a conversation. We'll sit and talk. What works best for you, late morning, early afternoon, or Saturday?
Saturday, and you got about 15 minutes. Does that work for you?
Cool. Can I do it in 12?
If you can do it in 6, it'd be better.
Done. Here's on the side note. Everybody says at the end of the day, what happens at the beginning of the day?
What?
At the end of the day. Yeah,
we always say at the end of the day. What about the beginning of the day, or what about in the middle of the day?
No. At the beginning of the day is when all the bullshit takes place. And then at the end of the day is when your chickens come home to roost.
It's like one of the dumbest things I say, but I say it all the time.
Yeah.
Really stupid. It's almost as bad when people say literally. I hate that word.
Literally,
yeah,
dude, I know what you're literally talking about. Seriously.
No, now I know.
I literally always do this.
Thank you. Now I know you're really serious because you said literally. I had no idea it was a serious conversation. So thank you for clarifying that.
All right, well, that was good. That was exactly what I was looking for. Is a little bit tougher and a little bit more direct. I think the other objection that you'll get on the FSBO side is not, do you want to list my home, but great, do you have a buyer?
I wish I did. That would make both of our lives a heck of a lot easier.
You're damn right it would, Skippy.
So that's pretty. Ask another question.
Okay, perfect.
Well, you know, the other morning, I know I say this, I wake up, I roll over on my couch because you fall asleep on the couch, you know, doing something like work-wise, and I am like rubbing my eyes out. I'm like, oh, fuck, what's going on social media? Oh, Aaron's on. Click. And I was listening to you, was it this morning or yesterday morning or something? And you're getting beat up by a couple people, and this one lady just being a bitch to you, and you're like, you got to remember, I'm in New York. I mean, I literally had someone threaten to kill my entire family, and I turned around and I went like this. I'm like, oh. All of a sudden, my problems were not a big deal. I'm like, I haven't been actually threatened with death, and then my entire family.
But see, if I didn't say the word literally, no one would have thought I was being serious. So.
No, but the one thing I really I quite literally love about your script is the So Aaron, help me understand, how in the heck did that house not sell?
Yeah, I love that too, because it's an implied compliment while asking the question.
Exactly.
Is it like, do you find that it like tears down the resistance, Aaron?
Oh, it's a pattern interrupter. They're not used to hearing that question. I do the same thing on my expired script.
Yeah,
it's a phenomenal question. I got that from a buddy of mine, Matt Dovner, and he's in Florida. I think he's in like Boca or something area, Delray Beach, something like that. He gave me that line, and I'm like, that is freaking genius.
Yeah,
and I've been using it ever since because people are just not used to using that. It's so different. And it really takes people's guards down.
No, it was the first time I heard it. I was literally impressed by what it was. But Kayla Michelle, the one that you were talking back and forth with, is watched you. I saw her put it into action, and I'm like, whoa, it's working for her too. I'm like, okay, I gotta try this. I'm like, I gotta find me an expired and be like, so how in the heck did your home not sell? Explain this one to me. Riddle me this one, Batman. What's going on here?
See, all right, I'm not going to say what I want to say because it's bad. So.
Oh, come on.
What? I'm going to say all those old timers that are writing their old scripts, they got nothing on us.
Nothing, man.
Absolutely nothing. I'm not going to mention anything that starts with the mic and ends with something else, but those scripts worked very well back in the day. Our scripts work very well now. So
no, it's very true because we're going out with more of a mindset of helping people, not of like, if you're not a live lead within 1 to 3 months, you're dead to me, right?
The thing is how can you teach? I mean, I'm going to go back to the coaching. How can you teach something when you've never actually done it? I don't get it. I'm actually using these scripts and they really work. And my thing is you've got people. How can you teach a script if you've never used the script? That doesn't make any sense to me.
People want a personality to look up to, in all honesty, someone who's bigger than life, someone who, they emulate for some reason, but they didn't have live streaming video, they didn't have social media, they didn't have, the 80s, Glenn Gary, Glenn Ross, those hard closing scripts, that's the way it was, sales was, ABC, always be closing. Never use the ABC, mindset in today's selling at all. I mean, if you try to close them, they're gonna shut the door on you. If you open them, like I always have been saying, and Aaron, you do the exact same thing. Open with value, and be okay if they say, "Hey, go f off." I know I didn't say the F word. Aren't you proud of me? I know Eileen is. She's really
surprisingly tame for the last 2.5 minutes.
Oh wow. Fuck.
I mean, it's not a trend I expect to continue. But yeah, so there was a guy that I was so that radio thing that I did yesterday.
Yeah.
My co-guest or whatever was a guy named Kevin Dutois. He's a luxury agent up in Orange County. He said the exact same thing, which really shocked me because I figured it'd be coming from luxury. Like he's working with like Hollywood filmmakers and people like this, and he's very similar to you, Greg. Like his average price point looks like it's over $1 million, and but he said the exact same thing. He was a cold call prospector. He's like, I don't spend any time doing that anymore at all. He says I spend 3 hours a day on social media, blogging, making connections, talking directly with people, putting out content that builds me up as the expert, and then following up and building relationships.
Yeah, actually, listening to you. By the way, guys, Matt did a phenomenal job on the radio show. You're articulate. You nailed it. People really understood what pursuing results does for people. But I was blown away when I was listening to that guy. I was like, dude, it's like he was Australian, right?
South African.
South African. And I was like, he's like hearing me talk with an accent. And I was like, whoa, just right down the list. I'm like, okay, there's other people out there like this that want to bring value to people. We should get a big group of people together that have the same mindset, you guys, and I don't know, do like a mastermind or something and just spitfire with a bunch of people. How cool would that be?
I love it.
Here's an idea. Matt, you don't know about this yet. I'm just making this up as I go.
So great.
Anyone?
I just blogged today about how I'm not open to new opportunities, Greg.
Well,
no new opportunities.
So anyone who's listening to this, my voice right now, either live or down the road, and you share that same type of mindset of value up front and showing people what you can do, opening people, and you've been doing this in the business, or you're just getting in, and you're finding good results on something, message me, call me. I'll give Matt's email address out. You can hit him up. And because he's open to new opportunities. But no, I want to get you guys on. I would love to have maybe one mastermind podcast a month of just some really cool, awesome content. If you guys are open for that, and if you think you can come on and hang, I challenge you to get a hold of me. 925-915-1978. Let's get this thing set up. I think that would be a blast.
Yeah, get someone like Rod Watson on.
Yo, dude, Rod's awesome. We're gonna have Jason Bates on, dude. I learned so much from that guy. He's a mortgage broker. I think he's booked up sometime in the near future for us, but he's gonna come on. He will blow your mind.
This is a good because this brings up an interesting question for Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
So your entire business is very, very prospecting based. What's the plan if there is one? Do you have a plan for getting out of that? Like, what's the next evolution for your business?
Well, the thing is with me is because since I've been here for a short period of time, I'm slowly but surely building my database. Because believe me, 80% of my business is prospecting based, but if I had my way, I'd have 80% of my business be referral based. Yeah. So the thing is with me is it's very uncomfortable for me to call people that I do know. So actually I got challenged in the group to do, I don't like the name of it. I just don't like the word touch. It just doesn't sound right.
Or drip.
How about stroke?
Yeah,
oh
it's
my
like
God.
I don't like it. It's so like we did what we called High Touch Tuesday. Don't make that into anything else than what it is. But I live called my sphere and my past clients. It's High Touch Tuesday. I didn't come up with it. So, shh, stop it. So I went and called my database.
Can we call it this like the stroke and poke?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
So here's what's gonna happen. So. Okay. I don't even know you guys. Like, I don't even know these people yet, and I'm going to touch you 12 times a year. Just wait until we get to know each other, and I'm going to touch you 33 times a year.
We'll just make sure they're of age first, okay? My
goodness. But the thing is like, if you want me to touch you, just tell me when your birthday is. I'll touch you card. You want me to touch your wife? Just tell me when her birthday is. Hey, you want me to touch your dog? When'd you get her? It's like...
Oh, my God. PETA's on the line. They're calling us right now.
That is so wrong.
So, but here's the thing: is what I did is I started.
God.
I started calling my database, and it wasn't so bad. I got one buyer lead, one seller lead in 45 minutes, and on a scale of 1 to 10, the 4 other people I talked to rated me a 9 or a 10 on quality of business from just staying in touch with my database. So it's something that I'm really working on getting better at.
So here's something we want to go. Let's go back to the guest from on the radio show that Matt was on, and then we'll use something that you're talking about right here on touching your from staying in contact. with your sphere of influence, your database, okay? But, you know, on Facebook, I'm not sure if everyone knows this, but you can go and create a custom list in your friends list for everyone, like a past client, current client, you know, friend, family member, future clients, prospects, anybody, right? You go friend them on Facebook, put them in this private list on Facebook so that when you're in, you know, the supermarket, the gas station, the bank, you know, sitting watching TV because you know you're multitasking. All y'all are multitasking like we are every single day. Instead of going and looking at all the dumb shits that are, you know, posting their vacation photos that you maybe, you know, went to high school with them but haven't seen them in 25 years, go over to your friends list. And this is where the high-tech and social media, Matt, comes into play with your Pat, the other guy in South Africa, is that you can, Matt and Aaron are both Pat's clients of mine. I just found out that Aaron, you know, he just had twins. I can go and say, oh my God, Aaron, congratulations, man, your babies are beautiful. Let's grab a beer. Or, hey, Matt, dude, congrats on moving to San Diego. It's a beautiful area, brother. You know, let's catch up soon. You know, something like that. You stay in touch with them all the time. And you'll become more relevant in their lives because you're communicating with them. Even one step better than writing something, Facebook Messenger gives you a 15-second video you can send to them face to face about something, give them a little shout out, or a 1-minute audio recording that you can send a recording to them so they can remember what your voice sounds like. That's a really another good way to stay in touch with your people using social media. So if you don't want to do cold calls like Aaron's doing, like I'm doing, that's another way to just be relevant to people.
So you're using tech to touch people.
Yes.
Lay up.
Oh my God. All right.
I think there's been more laughing on this podcast than anything else.
Okay. So anyway, going back to the question for Aaron. So the next evolution for you is you're going to start integrating more database follow-up. That way you can kind of like start tilting things so it's not quite as much 80-20 prospecting, and it starts shifting a little bit more database, referral-based, etc.
Which is very difficult for me because I'm a hunter, I'm not a farmer, so it's very uncomfortable for me to do that. So the thing is, it's like it's a whole mindset shift. But you know, the thing is those people are going to refer me. I did good by them. I just got to stay in touch with them, and it's very difficult. Like, you know how people say it's very hard for them to call expireds and for sale by owners. That's how I feel about calling my database, which is so weird. It feels so odd to me.
No, I was the exact same way. Like I would rather talk to an expired than I would pick up the phone and call somebody that I knew about real estate.
See, I don't mind doing either one of them.
Yeah, people are different.
To be honest with you, but here's a little stat in case anyone who's listening to this, you know, they're kind of like, well, what's the stats? I mean, what's the percentage of people that worked with, you know, I worked with Matt and Aaron individually, and then I just kind of put them out to pasture, you know, because I don't like to follow my database like you guys are talking about. When NAR surveyed buyers and sellers, 85% of them said that they would use their agent again, okay? Only 11% actually use that same agent again because us as agents suck at an epic level on our follow-up. So if you could get back a mass majority of your business just by staying in touch, just by meeting a human being and reaching out and saying hello, that's all it takes. Just a simple, hey Matt, sorry I missed you, brother. Hey man, I hope you're having a fantastic week. Happy future, 4th of July. Hope you stay safe. Let's catch up when you get back in town. Click, done. It's as hard as it is. So I mean, so I'll tap that onto my my month of pain.
All right. Well, yeah, I was gonna say well, let's flip that on its head, Greg. So you have your month of pain, like you have your accountability for what you're gonna do, which is the Rebo Gateway stuff. And Aaron can hold you accountable on that. So, Aaron, do you want to be held accountable for, like, reaching out to your database once a week?
Yeah, every Tuesday.
All right.
Yeah, it's a high touch Tuesday.
We're going to call it the Feel Up Tuesday.
Yeah, the Touchy Tuesday.
Touchy Feely Tuesday.
You bring the blankets, I'll bring the cocoa. All right, let's go.
That's right. All right, guys. That is all the time and stomach that we have today for all of us. Okay, so let's wrap this one up. Quick thank you to Viral Marketing. Go to gregsmarketingexamples.com. Check them out. Homing in. Go download the app immediately. Stop bitching or moaning or complaining about not having enough leads, and go download the app for free and see if there's sellers that are looking for home valuations from agents just like you. And then, Greg, what's the McDaniel Challenge?
It's an amazing time that you all want and cherish in your memories after it has taken place, and maybe even rebook it.
All right, well, I'm going to stop you there. Aaron, you want to quickly, since you're also offering like on-demand consulting, I don't even know if you have room for any more clients, but just throw that out real quick, and how do people contact you? Before Greg goes in his
if
rant.
you want, the easiest way to find me is on Facebook, Aaron Wittenstein, Aaron, Wittenstein, Witten. If I don't pop up, there's another Aaron Wittenstein in Indiana, I believe. So, but other than that, I actually
do coaching calls as well. Can I talk to him?
I really don't. He's a weird-looking dude, kind of, But okay, look. But the thing is, I have one spot available right now for July. I only pretty much consult 15 people at a time. That's all that I do. That's all I have time for. Other than that, I don't want to cut anybody short on it. So and don't forget to check out my Facebook group, facebook.com/gotobjections, or just type in lead gen scripts and objections up at the top of your Facebook group.
And it's facebook.com/groups/gotobjections.
Oh yeah.
Gotta get that in there, otherwise it won't take you to the right place. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Greg, that we have given our guest a chance to let people know how to contact him, can you go on your 5-minute rant about what the McDaniel Challenge is?
It's epic shit. To quote one of our great guests. No, guys, it's an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on what personality type you are. If you're a D, it's about a 20-minute conversation. But SNSD, 2 to 3 hours. But it's when we get together, you guys. Anything that's stopping, blocking you, holding you back from the success levels that you want to do, bounce an idea off me, prospecting, farming, database, tech. Anything that you want to try, any thoughts you may have on systems. Ooh, I said systems. You know what? Hang out with me. I mean, my next availability is August 25th. It's done at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you're out in New York, it's gonna be 9 p.m. your time, and we'll book it up, guys. And I just want to hang out with you guys. Matt and Aaron and I, Matt and I do the podcast. Aaron, we're starting to work with on some really fun, exciting projects that we're going to be unveiling here very, very soon. But you know what? The one thing is that I can say right now is that I love you guys beyond words. I want to see you succeed, and I honestly mean that. So I will do whatever I can to help you guys get the growth that you need. And then if you think I'm kidding, I double dog dare you to call my bluff. Call my cell phone, text me, Facebook message me, and see if I'm full of shit. Because I will answer, or I will get back to you, and you'll be like, oh my God, he wasn't kidding. So that was like a 3-minute rant.
Good. 925-915-1978, or go to McDanielChallenge.com.
Hashtag do not let Greg spend the night alone.
That's right. Nobody needs that. Remember to subscribe. YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher. Get the video or audio versions depending on your particular preference. And yeah, that is it for this one. Let's see who we got coming up. So this is clearly not Monday, for whatever reason. I thought it was.
How was your weekend, Greg? I don't know, Matt. It's starting.
All right. So next week, Tim Stafford on Monday. Excellent social media. Okay, gets better. On Wednesday, we have a gal named Shar. She has built like her own customized one. She calls it the one agent team. All right, so she is a rainmaker. She's built an excellent support staff around her, but she's taken all the other leads that she's got, and she's built up a group of agents from other teams, other brokerages, whatever, and she's found a way to slough off the leads that she essentially doesn't want to work to a group of really good agents that she coaches and trains and mentors in exchange for a cut of their final commission. And the reason I was introduced to her is because she pulled 40 grand in GCI in 1 month, and she is in Des Moines, Iowa. So we're not talking about that was one commission on $1 million home. It wasn't a fluke. This is multiple transactions she's doing this way. That's Wednesday's guest, so it's going to be a big week next week.
That is going to be so much fun, dude. Talk about epic stuff, Just those 2 guests alone, guys, is worth the price of admission. I mean,
that's right. Yes, we could be charging for it, but we do not.
Yeah, Tim dude, he's building custom products for you guys, and he's giving you guys a discount as listeners of the show. So listen to him. He gives a free 30-minute phone call, but he has a website that you can book yourself on, and he will spend time with you. He usually charges a couple $100 an hour, but he's doing it for free for 30 minutes for anyone that listens to our show.
Yeah, that's right. So if you guys get the emails on Tuesday, the link is right up at the top of that email.
Yeah, awesome stuff, dude. You guys are amazing. I love you all.
All right. Well, until then, since we did not just come off a weekend, everybody have a good weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.
See you guys.
Thanks, guys.